Not having like this poor me mentality, instead having this like I can like conquer and do my best and win at what I can do. And I think that's what it all falls down to.
I love that. Go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Everybody, welcome back to another episode of Zannelli Talks, podcast for uncommon people. Today we're with a very uncommon person. She likes Robert Downey Jr. and she likes to help people in need. And she wants to talk about LA fuckboys. Everybody give it up for Michaela Ebuen.
Thank you for
Keep
having
clapping.
me. Keep clapping. This is when
What's
you need
up?
the clapping.
Exactly. Okay, look it. We're on a budget right now, so we're just going to start slow, okay? Thank you for coming through. And just remember to speak right there to the microphone. Okay, beautiful. And we're going to start off slow. We've been talking already. I know. We've been talking for like the past hour.
I know.
And just like getting through a lot of stuff.
It's going to be better content with that than it is going to be with the podcast probably.
Really? I've been telling you like shut up, save it for the podcast, save it for the podcast. So let's just start off like a little bit. I don't want to butcher anything. Like, what do you do? Give me like the cliff notes. Like, yo, this is who I am. You know, like who are you?
That's
Michaela
great.
Ebuen.
Yes,
Alexis.
Great job. Michaela Alexis Ebuen.
There we go.
Yes, you said like first name and then middle name last.
Let's go.
So my name's Michaela Alexis Ebuen. I grew up in the Bay Area, born and raised in Vallejo.
Bay Area?
Yes, sir. And then when I was in high school, I moved to like the Valley, so Green Valley, so closer to like Napa over there, like by Vacaville. Bay Area people know that's not really the Bay Area anymore if you move out of Vallejo, but. And then went to high school out there and then graduated in 2016. And I moved straight to New York where I was working in a showroom for fashion because I thought I wanted to be like a designer and I don't know. We'll get into that later.
We'll get into that.
Yes.
Okay.
So I was working in New York, living out there for half a year. I love New York and I definitely miss it, but it was just too far away from my family and I'm just super family oriented. So ended up putting my pride aside. I definitely didn't want to move back home though, because I was like, I'm 18. I moved out here on my own dime. I was doing modeling when I graduated, so I with Under Armour, and then I did acting for like Discovery ID.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So I was like doing all this stuff, and I was like, oh crap, like she made it. But little did I know, like that was only like just like a little small part of my whole story. Yeah. So I moved back home, and then that's when I started FWM, which is Fearfully Wonderfully Made. So Psalms 139:14. I grew up in a Christian home, and that verse of that I am fearfully and wonderfully made, like in the image that God created me, sat well with me. So I wanted to share that message with other girls and even women across the world, or like the platform that I had on Instagram. So I made that FWM, and it started off as an online magazine. Yeah. And growing up, I loved using computers, so I got a whole bunch of women of all ages, like from like 12 to like 28. I had girls like writing blogs. And then they were sharing testimonies and just like kind of being like open about a lot of like things that the church or the society doesn't really tell young girls or women to talk about.
Sharing their stories. Yeah, their perspectives.
So yeah, that started off, and then we started, I said we, even though it was like me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
Doing all
well, now it's a movement. Yeah, now it's a movement.
So then I moved into doing clothes because I had loved designing clothes, dropped a shirt and totes and loved that, and then moved into the element of giving back to homeless men, women, and even foster children. 2 years down the line, we've done like a couple Christmas drives. We've done barber events where we had professional barbers from the Bay Area. Shout out all my barber friends. Aww. And they just gave out free haircuts to these men, and then we gave out hygiene products to women. And we've done 2 business drives. So basically getting brand new business attire for homeless women to be able to enter different stores and facilities and get a job application without being denied access. So just kind of setting them up for success.
That's dope. And when did you start this?
I started FWM back in 2017, and it's still going. I've kind of slowed down, though, because of the pandemic. I had a lot of different fundraiser events and dinner plans that had to get canceled, which was a bummer. But it was crazy because during the pandemic, I had lived with my family and my 3 sisters back home. And it was just a blessing in disguise. Like, we just had so many new memories and family trips and road trips that I wouldn't have gotten if I was busy doing X, Y, and Z. So then, long story short, we fast forwarded December 2020. I get a job offer for a lovely tech company.
That's right.
In LA.
And that's why you're here. That's why you're here. That's why you're here.
And it was crazy. I didn't go to college, in case anyone's like wondering. Like, I didn't go to school for this. I went for like a semester.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't have a degree.
Damn, you don't need one.
I know, right? This is like why it's uncommon.
Yeah.
So, and everyone that I work with obviously has a bachelor's degree in tech or engineering or business development. But I was kind of this like young entrepreneur that had like facts to prove. Like, I've worked with NFL players for fundraisers. I've set up these events, and I've kind of been working with the community for years, and I have these people skills. They're like, perfect, let's get you into sales. So I do the business development for our tech company. It's been going great. And then I moved into my own apartment, which has been crazy.
With Hunter,
my dog.
Oh, baby girl. Yeah. Strong name.
Yes, after Hunter Schafer from Euphoria.
Got you. Okay.
Because she's like pale white with like platinum blonde hair, and my dog's all white. So I was like, that's Hunter for a girl.
So aesthetic.
I know, everything's aesthetic, so when you take a shot.
So you started FWM. When I read FWM, by the way, I just think of fuck with me.
I know.
Yo, fuck with me.
Yeah, I know. But people fuck with the brand, so it's great.
People fuck with the brand. So you started 2017.
Yep.
You graduated high school.
2016.
So you started at like 18, 19? What age were you when you graduated high school?
Yeah, I was 18 when I started, basically. And I was 18 when I graduated.
What inspired you to start this? Like you know, where'd that idea come from?
Yeah. I think I personally grew up, so I did ballet for 13 years. So I've kind of always grown up in this image, not even like by the pressure of my own family, just by like my peers at ballet or like ballet teachers, of like the way your body needs to look to reach a certain goal or to be successful like in this industry.
A lot of pressure in that industry.
A lot of pressure. And a lot of young girls do go through that at a very young age. I've talked to other ballerinas and they're like, yeah, like being a young dancer, like, you know that when you start getting curves and body, like you're no longer wanted because you're not this like really skinny.
Whack.
Yeah, but it's true. But shout out to, oh my gosh, I think it's Misty Copeland. She's a ballerina. But yeah, but she's changing that conversation of allowing girls to feel confident in their skin when dancing, especially ballet. So yeah, long story short, I like drifted off.
We're gonna drift off.
So yeah. So having that as like my foundation as a young girl, and then going into, I joined the cheer team and was like a co-captain on the cheer team, of course, like typical.
Yeah, of course you were a cheerleader.
I know. I'm so sorry, Mom and Dad. I'm like so sorry.
Is that all you did in high school? Cheer team?
It was cheer.
Yeah, just cheer.
I did some soccer when I was like a little kid, but my sister Sophie will probably watch this and be like, you didn't play soccer. I did like 2 years.
Don't be capping. Don't be capping out.
Right. So ballet mainly and cheer. So it's just a lot of like body image and a lot of like trying to be someone I'm not, and not being confident in the skin that I already had. And like being easily swayed by who I was surrounded with.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until I moved out of my house, out of my family's house to move to New York, that I was like by myself, and I was like, oh my gosh, like who am I? Like who is Michaela Ebuen? Like what does Michaela Ebuen really want to do with her life? Like when I am 30 and I look back at myself, like what would I be saying? And this is an 18-year-old like trying to figure all this out. In New York.
So post moving and everything.
Yeah, post like modeling.
Got you.
And I'm kind of just like alone without family. So that was another thing, is do I see myself out here and being able to work away from family and not have time to really invest in my future and just constantly work? Because anything that you're doing, you have to put hard work into, but then there has to be a balance of like, is this really going to make me happy 10 years from now?
That's scary, huh?
It is.
It's like that anxious feeling of like, hey, am I doing the right thing?
Right. So yeah, when I moved back home was when I was like, man, how many other girls have those moments where they're like, who am I and what do I want to do? So I moved back home, and just that's when FWM started, with sharing stories. And
you just were like, I want to start a blog.
Yeah.
And I want to get other people involved too.
And I don't care if anyone hates it or loves it.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. So that's what's up. Where'd you put the blog on? Like WordPress?
Squarespace. Love Squarespace. This should be like an ad. We should be like sponsored.
Run the check, Squarespace.
I know.
Yeah, that's dope. And then how long would you say like you had this idea and then you just took action on it?
So I knew I wanted to create a clothing brand when I had moved to New York. That's why I was working in the showroom. And I knew I loved FWM. I loved the first Psalms 139:14. So I actually have a pink notebook, and it's still at my house. I've traveled with it since I was like 18. And it just has all these ideas of like clothing and like what I want the brand to be. So it kind of just became this idea that I had been nurturing like over the couple of months, and then I had in my first year of FWM of like, oh, this is what I want to hit. This is who I want to inspire. This is what I want girls to feel when they read or when they think of FWM.
So that's what's up. That's kind of how I paid in full for me.
Right.
Like my paid in full is kind of like your FWM. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like I had the idea for a minute, and then I just didn't really know what I wanted to do with it. But I knew I wanted to do something because I love the movie. I love like the idea of paid in full. I don't know. I just like it. Right.
Yeah, and you have a pretty big audience on paid in full.
It's growing, right? I'm so blessed. Yo, God showed me some light on that one because it's like it's all organic. That's what like I love about it, and I'm just repurposing content from people that like I like inspire me, and that I look up to, and I'm just like finding their nuggets and then putting it out there, you know?
Yeah.
And I thought of the whole idea in 2017 in a Starbucks in my hometown.
A creative
like
time.
I remember, 2017. 2017, yeah, straight up, Springle, that's right. So 2017, I was in Starbucks just working with my friend Forrest Wright, and I had a business at the time. I had an e-com dropshipping business, so I was doing a lot of work on that. But I was like paid in full, and I started making graphics and everything, and then I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I bought the domain and I made the Instagram handle. I was like, I'm just gonna like own this stuff. Yeah. And then 2019, like December, I knew what I wanted. Yeah. And the reason I bring it up is not just to like, oh, like this is my shit, but it's like, it sounded like you had FWM in your mind, and you're like, I kind of want to do like clothes with this and design with this, and you know, but then you're like, nah, you know what, I'm gonna turn this into like a blog and then share this, and then you still have done clothes, and then you've used the clothes to fundraise, right?
To fundraise back into things that we're doing.
So you've done the toes, sweatshirts, shirts.
I know, I miss it. I need to like do it again.
What do you love the most about like doing work with FWM? Like what what is it?
I think what I love most about FWM is the community aspect. So I've met so many amazing women through it. Just being able to, whether that's interviewing them or collaborating with them, and just like hearing girls have a positive like feedback about it. Like, man, like I saw like your shirt like made or creation and design, and it like makes me like proud to like know the Lord and like be the Christian that I am, but like not in such like a traditional cheesy way. Like that's another thing why I wanted to start a Christian brand, was because I feel like it's always this like Pinterest mom or like pink, or like, to be honest, like there aren't many women of color that are Christians speaking out and starting brands. So I wanted to be part of that. I mean, my dad's Filipino, my mom's Irish and Portuguese, but my mom's like blonde hair and blue eyes, and my dad's brown, basically. So I was like,
your parents are swaggy, by the way.
They are.
I've seen pictures of them, and I'm like, yo, she got swaggy parents.
Yeah, thank you. They definitely raised me right. So I can't take all the credit.
Yeah, I saw where all the aesthetics come from.
Yeah, my mom for sure, my dad. Yeah,
that's right.
So I just wanted that positive experience for young Christian girls, and to not think that they have to like be in this mold. Like, you can still be you and still be proud and confident on social media in obviously like a respectful, mature way, not like obnoxious, like I hate this and hate that, but still like loving others well. And that's what the main thing is. Loving others well and loving yourself well, and hearing other girls feel the same way, or feel like, oh, I'm not alone in this situation, or the way that I feel about my family, or about this relationship with a boy, or my job. Like, oh, other girls are going through this. Because let's be honest, like on social media, it's not common for you to hear people like pour out their issues, or maybe they do, and then there's like no solution.
Yeah, it's just like a vent.
Yeah, so I didn't want that just empty space flowing when people like associated me or FWM.
That's cool. Well, it's been really hard with that whole journey, because like, I don't know, like was it, let me ask a different question, like a more direct one. Was it hard pursuing this and not going to college, because you probably felt like, man, I should be going to college because everyone's going to college? Like, was that like a thought?
Oh, every day.
Really?
And like still. So I think the hardest thing about FWM was like there was more pressure to be perfect with something that I created than something that I was partaking in. So I didn't have that much pressure in school from my parents. Like they just knew I tried my best. Ballet, not that much pressure. Like it just, it was just like pressure from like your teacher, but it's like, oh, okay, I can handle this. But it was, FWM is something I created and I applied to myself. Like I put that own pressure on me. And it was also hard because it's known to be a Christian verse and nonprofit. So then I would run into these things of like, oh, you're Christian, but like you're posting yourself in a bathing suit, or oh, you're Christian, but like, are you really going to church every Sunday? Like those type of conversations. And for me, it turns into this, oh my gosh, like I'm not doing the right thing. But then that's like, no, I love FWM. I am a child of God. I do love the Lord, but that's between me and him. I'm not going to please man and please everyone else.
That's right.
But that took a long time to grow into.
It does, huh?
It takes a very long time.
Yeah. I have a similar kind of thing with it too. Like when people ask me like if I'm like religious or something, I just be like, God and I have a great relationship. Like God protect me and guide me and empowers me. And
and it's like, between you and the Lord. Like it's nobody else's
100,
business.
100.
And I mean, that just comes back into judgment too. Like Christians are known to be the ultimate judge and like everyone's judging. And it's like, not all Christians are like that. And I definitely don't want that to be the whole basis of it. But the hardest thing is definitely, like you didn't go to school for this. Like, how's it really going to succeed? But it's done well for itself. I'm doing well. I mean, I work at an amazing company with people who did the 4 years in school, but then I also am an option of, you don't have to do the 4 years of school, but
100%.
You're a hustler and you work hard and you have people skills, because you can't teach communication skills.
I know, even like, I know, like there's communication majors that I've known and I'm just like, yo, did you really major in communications? Because you can't even communicate. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So that's another thing that comes into it. So any like advice, I think, or like side note, it would be, if you're passionate about something, school, yes, it can teach you, but I believe like Elon Musk says it, like with the internet, like you can teach yourself anything.
100%. YouTube University.
Yes.
That's how I learned how to drop ship and like e-commerce, everything.
And you're doing well for yourself.
Yeah, I'm doing all right, you know what I'm saying? And like, I learned how to like find a lawyer when I needed a lawyer, like what questions to ask an attorney, questions to ask an accountant, like all YouTube, you know? And then I hired them and like questions to ask a bookkeeper, how to find a great bookkeeper, like YouTube University, straight up. I remember I was in college and I was in my marketing class. I'm a marketing major. I went to college and I really went just to like get the degree. I was the first person in my whole family to ever like get the degree. And I kind of felt like, you know what, I can do it. I'm allowed to. I have the privilege. I'm going to do it. Because I got little cousins too that I'm like, man, maybe they're not entrepreneur.
Yeah, maybe they need school. But that's true too. So it depends on the person.
I'm going to give them some inspo, right? Yeah. So, but I remember being in class and like when I had my business and everything and like being on my computer in the back, like handling sales. Yeah. And I'm looking up like, man, none of this stuff is applicable to what I'm actually doing for marketing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because like when it came to drop shipping, 90% of the success came from, you got to market the product, right? Because the product's made, you're just like taking it from A to B. Right. And I'm like, none of it, like what, this is all outdated. And I was just like learning stuff on social media and applying it and influencer marketing. Like there was nothing about influencer marketing in marketing class. And I'm like, bro, it's fucking 2017, 2018. Like, why is this not a thing?
But I do think there's like a scary like thing going on in our society right now where we're teaching these young kids like, to be successful, you don't need to work hard. You just need to dance in front of a camera and be confident in that. Yeah. But so I think for me, like what I'll say about it so it doesn't get miscommunicated after we do this.
Get after it.
I know, right? Is like hard work and like there's no such thing as free money. No matter where you are. And like doing TikTok and doing Instagram, like that's temporary money. But like that's not gonna be able to sustain you. Like you're not Addison Rae, unfortunately. Like they've already made that and those are the top TikTokers or whatever. So like hard work does have to come into whether you're gonna go to school or whether you're gonna be like me and you're gonna do a nonprofit, or you're gonna be like you and you're gonna go to school and then you're gonna do what you want to do and apply those different elements. But I think it's hard though seeing like all this social media stuff. For like I have younger sisters, so being able to
you're trying to give them game.
Yeah, give them game. Yeah, like my sister Sophia, she's amazing. Like she wants to be a nurse. Like you need to go to school to be a nurse.
Yeah. There are some things you need to go to school for.
I definitely don't want my doctor to be from TikTok. Like he has to be from school.
Yeah, you're like a lawyer, engineer. Like go to school.
TikTok University.
Yeah, TikTok University.
YouTube University.
I learned how to do surgery on TikTok.
Yeah, that'd be really bad.
Oh man, you're right. Like I think when it comes to the social media stuff, social media is an interesting topic. There's something like lately I've been taking some breaks off social media and like monitoring my consumption of it. Yeah, my intake and how I consume it. Like there was recently I was like, you know what? Because I use social media like Paid in Full, Zannelli Talks. Like I need to post on them, right? Yeah. Especially Paid in Full. So I'd use the excuse like, I can't take a day off because I need to do this. And I was like, no, fuck that.
Yeah.
Then like, I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna take like the next day off. So I took a day off, and it's like the first day I took off like Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, anything for like a whole day.
Yeah.
And I found myself like phantom opening my app.
Oh yeah,
You know
but it's
what
not
I'm saying?
fair. I've done it
and like,
before.
no. I have it on my phone still. Because I was like, I got to keep it on my phone.
Yeah.
Because if I take it off my phone, I'm making it too easy. It's got to be there. Like
so you have the habit of
the
it.
cookie jar needs to be in front of me, but I got to be able to sit down and be like, I'm not going to eat that cookie. You know what I'm saying?
Have control.
Yeah. So I would like open the app and it'd be loading. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I cancel out real quick. And then so I made a notes in my notes app. Like every single time I made like a little like dash for every single time I did that. And in a day, it was like 13 or 14 that like I did that. And I found that like two things were triggering that response in me. And it was one, boredom. So it was like filling up a glass of water like at my fridge and just waiting for it to fill up. Or being at a light, which is so bad.
Oh yeah, I know, when you're at a stoplight.
Yeah, that's the worst. And like
Just stoplights.
or just like in line at the bank, like anything, right? Like just any kind of boredom to fill my time. And then stress was another trigger. Like if I got like a stressful text that like I gotta crunch some time and make something work in the next hour and be like, oh my God, how am I gonna do this? I would like sit back and open my phone and I'm like, damn, like this is what it's teaching us. Like when we're bored or stressed,
You depend on social media or your phone.
yeah, for that dopamine hit, just like quick, you know what I'm saying?
Because
like, oh, let me get that,
real,
let me get that boosted. But it's creating a lot of like
Reliance.
short-term reliance, short-term gratification, empty.
But
like,
don't get me wrong, I still use it.
I still use it, but like there's
In
a difference
moderation.
between using and misusing. And I found myself, I'm just speaking for myself, I found myself misusing it. Like I was misusing it. And I was like, man, this is not cool. So I started imposing like the app limits and being really strict on that. And then like
good for you.
taking some days just completely off. Like if I know I'm not going to post on any of my business accounts, I just don't even need to open my phone for it. And I found that like, it really helps like not disturb my flow, my mental flow. You know what I'm saying? Because one of my friends, his name's Mikos. He's a Buddhist. He grew up like Buddhist and everything like that. And he told me, he's like, every time you pick up your phone, you know, he's from the Bay too. Oh. Yeah, he's a producer. Like he worked with Soul Lection a lot and
nice.
shit. But shout out Mikos. But he was like, every time you pick up your phone and you open social media, you're disturbing your frequency.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that's deep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely think like, because I fell into this whole like, of course, like everyone, but just for me personally, like comparing myself to what other people were doing. Like while I was doing community work, all my friends were like graduating college, like from amazing colleges and doing so well. And so then that kind of like,
hurt?
Yeah, it does. Cause like it puts me in a spiral like, oh my gosh, have I just wasted 4 years of my life doing this? And like, I mean, it's nonprofit work. It's not like I'm making money. I was still working like in Napa as a server at like an Italian restaurant.
That's
and that's what I was
right.
doing. Yeah.
I was a server too.
Yeah.
I kind of miss it.
I can't really.
It's too fresh in your life.
Yeah,
it's too fresh.
Because I went from a server in Napa to now working like a tech job, like which is insane. So,
that's cool.
But it's been amazing.
That's
like,
a good that's a good promotion.
It was. I know. All God, not me, because I was praying about it. Because my goal in the beginning of January 2020, before the pandemic, was, okay, by the end of this 2020, like I need to move out of my family's house and I need to have a better job, like that is like salary and like commission on top, like, and I'll be set, and then I can just work my way up in the company. Yeah. And I was like, how the hell am I gonna do that without a degree? Like, girl, like what have you been doing?
It's tough.
And it was hard because I have amazing parents that they're not like my best friend. They treat me like I'm their daughter, which is a blessing. Like they're not trying to please me or like they don't care to hurt my feelings. Like they're gonna tell me how it is. So comes like summer of 2020, and my dad's like, Michaela, what's your plan? Like, then I'm like, it's a pandemic. Like, Dad, chill. Like, I'm over here, like, totally making excuses for myself.
He's holding you accountable.
But he's holding me accountable. Yeah. And then it comes December, or no, in the beginning of November, I start applying to different jobs. Yeah. So I'm sending out LinkedIn, and I want to be honest, for 2 months, every day I was sending out like 20 to 30 applications. Really? Constantly waiting. I would get some replies, and I was like, okay, no, I don't really want to work for this company. Got you. I had 5 interviews before the job that I landed.
For that job?
For different jobs.
Just different ones. Got it.
Some that 2 of them I didn't hear back from, and then 3 of them were the ones that were like offers, but I was just like, this, I can't see myself working for these like marketing firms or things like that.
Once you get the offer, you really like reevaluate, like, wait.
Oh, do I really want to live over there? Do I really want to be around this guy as like my boss or this woman as my boss? So there's like someone was like, oh, red flag. Like,
it's important, you know,
and then that's hard.
Community, you know, the proximity you're in. It's powerful.
It is. And then you're kind of just like, wait, I'll be investing in this and like committing
100%.
to this. So like, should I do it? So
that's good that you think like that. A lot of people don't be thinking like that.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's healthy. But that also took practice, thanks to my parents too, for like instilling that like intuition. But yeah, I got the job offer, I believe it was like 3 days before Christmas. Like the best Christmas present ever.
Damn,
so
you were happy as fuck.
I was so happy. Yeah, I was in San Francisco, and it was like 3 interviews with them. So I had like an interview with a recruiter, an interview with my manager, and then an interview with the CEO. And after I had the one with the manager, I was like, oh crap, like now I really want this job, but like what if I don't get it after this 3rd interview? But I went in there as myself, and they were like, oh, did you know how to use like X, Y, and Z tools for like sales and business? And I was like, no, but I can learn. Like I'm a fast learner. Like you put it in front of me, I'll learn in like 2 days. And he was like, okay. Like
that's good.
They like that, you know?
Yeah, the initiative. I always heard, you know, hire character and then train skill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like when I be doing business with people, that's what I look for.
Yeah.
It's like,
good character.
yeah, do you have solid principles, values, good head on your shoulders, you're willing to work?
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, you could be trained to do anything. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna train you to be an assassin. and an assassin skills.
Has to like throw like a warning.
Exactly.
We're just kidding.
That's cool. That's what's up. You're a hustler.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and you know, I just think of like the life I want, and it has to be from me and not from a man. And I know everyone has different.
That's right.
I know. Wait,
but what if it's Robert Downey Jr.?
If it was like Robert Downey Jr., like any day, I love you.
Hey, you know who my oh my god, you know who my celebrity crush is?
Who?
It's a Kardashian.
Okay, of course.
So guess one.
Kourtney.
Yes.
I knew it. I love Kourtney too.
Fucking
she's beautiful.
Kourtney.
We're gonna tag them in this.
I'm right here. I'm just saying.
That's great.
You know what I'm saying? I'm right here.
we'll give you some credit
Kourtney.
for that one. But that's funny. Okay. So no, yeah, I just wanted to work hard for myself.
That's cool.
And be able to say, because my mom, she was a teen mom, and so she was 16 when she had my brother, and then she met my dad, and they had me.
Oh, so you you do have
I have an older brother.
Yeah, that's right. I was like, man, is it all girls? Like he's a girl dad?
Yeah. But no, so then my parents met and they had me, but they're definitely like started from the bottom. Like they met at Red Lobster. Like they were servers together at Red Lobster.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you think you were gonna find your boo at the restaurant?
Oh, I was hoping not. I was like, dear God, mom and dad, like I can't.
No,
like times are different.
Yeah.
Times are way different now.
It's not Red Lobster anymore.
So yeah, they met at Red Lobster, and then now my dad is like a director for like a hospital up in the Bay Area. Like,
cool. What's his name?
My dad, Michaela Ebuen. You add an A to my his name, that's my name.
Okay. Yeah. Basically. Yeah.
I'm named after my dad. Basically.
Okay. What's one thing about him that he just like really instilled in you without ever really like communicating to you? Maybe you just kind of caught it off of like you know like, watching. You know, like just like leading by example.
I think loyalty.
Yeah.
My dad is super loyal to like my mom, to me and my sisters, and to just family in general. Like. Growing up, like I just saw the way that he like loved my mom and like protected like me and my sisters going out, and was always just honest. And I think loyalty isn't just like how well that you're like there for the person. It's the way that you're able to keep that person accountable. And my dad did a great job at that with That's like good. All of us for sure. And even like seeing the way that he was loyal to like just like family, like his brothers, and he has a sister too, and my grandma as well. Like he's just a cool guy. He's a really cool guy. Shout out Michael.
That's what's up. That's dope. That's good. It's good to have like good characters to like lead from. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Yeah, family's really important to you.
What about you? Anything for like your parents? Like one thing that you think they've instilled in you that's like helped you along your journey?
My mom, for sure. Hard work. Yeah. Just like hard work, like not even like telling me to like work hard. It was just like, damn, I saw her work hard, and just seeing that every day. Like even if she didn't feel good, she would still go, because she like my parents split when I was 6, and then my dad just wasn't really around. He wasn't like the best dad, so and then wasn't paying child support. Like it's one of those, so she had to do a lot by herself, and like I just saw, like, you know, if you need to do something and handle responsibilities, you gotta just get up and do it. No excuses. So that's like where I really learned that mentality. Yeah. She never really ever like sat down and taught me this. Yeah. Like if I'm being honest, it was just like by example. So that's why, and I've seen her go through some hard shit. Yeah. And I've gone through some hard shit, and that's kind of where my mentality comes from when like I'm with people that I'm like, man, y'all haven't really been through the dirt, and like you're making excuses, like, and I get a little hard with them because I'm like, man, you guys need to toughen up because like life hard. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then I hold people accountable too. Kind of like your pops. Like I like to hold people accountable because I hold myself accountable. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because one day I just looked in the mirror, I was like, man, you can only depend on yourself. No, I agree. And I feel like that's how you feel too. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to deal with no man, nothing like that.
I know. Yeah. I'm waiting. I haven't met the right man that I would quote unquote submit to or like respect yet. I'm just like, oh yeah, like, you're a good friend. Like you're a good buddy.
Damn, friend zone.
Sorry. I know. I automatically always do the fam or bud.
Really?
It's a good cue of like not too hard, but like thanks fam, thanks bud.
Do you do that when you already know like I'm not going to be interested in them, or do you do it just to see how they also react and like maybe like, oh, let's see if they keep coming. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I like have like two thoughts going on in my head. I think the first one would be I do it because that's like my parents. Like oh my God, I keep bringing them up. But my mom's a really good judge of character. Yeah. Yeah. So very family oriented, but my mom's a good judge of character, and like she always kind of instilled in us like, you are like who you surround yourself with. Like
100.
Like don't like waste time like doing X, Y, and Z when you could like love yourself. Because I've seen my mom, like I said, she was a teen mom and she had to raise my brother, and then she met my dad, but then she's also going through her own hardships, and now she's like a pastor for like this like huge church women's group. Yeah. So seeing her walk into that role and like bring also diversity into the leadership roles of like the Christian community. Yeah. Like that was a huge thing too that I got to see my mom do. But yeah, no, so friend zoning, I guess, whenever I see a guy, I can always just tell. And my dad actually taught me, like, judge a guy by his shoes.
Really?
Yes. Why? So you can tell a lot about a man by his shoes he wears. Yeah, okay. Yeah, not like, and like, I'm not saying like, oh, I only date guys that wear like Off-White and like Nikes and like Air Jordan 1s. Like, no, just like the way he upkeeps his shoes and the way that he's going to upkeep the way that he feels on the outside is how he feels internally. Interesting.
Okay, so what if a dude has dirty shoes? Does that tell you he's a hard worker?
It does, but also it's like, when do you ever care for yourself? Like, if you don't love yourself, how would you ever be able to love another person?
Interesting.
It's weird,
What do my shoes tell you? Go, look.
No, you have clean shoes, thank God. So that's good. So that means you have good hygiene.
Okay. Hell yeah. Cleanliness next to godliness.
Hello.
Straight up.
So yeah. But no, I think the friend zone for guys, like, I wish they respected it more. Like, obviously, if...
Nah, guys, I'm speaking as a guy myself.
Yeah, tell us. How come you guys don't get it?
We're hunters. So, I mean, like, look, I mean, just like a mentality. That is scary, right? Now, like, look at it like this. I've been friend zoned, so it just depends on, like, my interest or my intrigue with the girl. Like, if I'm like... Oh, like if I'm just kind of casually interested, like she's beautiful, I'm interested, like what's up? And then it's like, nah, it ain't it. I'm like, all right, cool. Like I can take rejection. Good. Yeah, I'm glad that I can take girl. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm like kind of interested in her and she's like, no, like this ain't it, and everything, I'm like, girl, come on, like why are you tripping on? I mean, patience, and you know what? Key. Yeah, patience is key, and that's how I got into my last relationship. Like at first, it was kind of like. You know, and I was persistent, and then a couple months later, it's like,
there you go, that happened.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think it's all about like friendship, and probably there are guys that maybe I've like friend zoned, and I should have probably gotten to know better, and I've seen that. There is one guy.
You see one guy, you were like, damn.
I friend zoned too early, and now I'm like, jeez.
So what's up? What's stopping you from maybe just like shooting a shot and being like, yo, what's up?
He's probably gonna watch this. Yeah. He's gonna be like, she's talking about me.
Yeah. Ooh,
but no.
What's his name?
No, I'm not saying his name.
Come on.
That is so funny. Am I getting red? I probably am getting red.
You are.
No. Basically, he's just a great person. And he's like one of the only people that I've met like. Not through mutual friends. Like we met randomly in public, which is like 10 times better.
That's the best, huh? Yes. When you just kind of meet, just like. That's the universe. Yeah. That's the universe right there.
And I was like, oh my gosh, like this person, like, and I just thought it was like a random guy you just meet, like, out when you're out. But he's like a great human being. He's hilarious. But it was just like in person, I just didn't feel that connect, and I was like, oh, like maybe it's just not time. But like now, like I don't know, like I'm only 22, so like if he was to come back into my life in 2 years and we could try again, that's fine. But I'm not in a rush.
Listen, Brandon.
What if you really hit his name though?
Oh, listen, Brandon. Give it 2 years, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, homegirl feeling you a little bit. Just be smooth.
Yeah. But
keep
then...
doing you, keep glowing up. Oh, but wait.
But wait.
There's more.
I feel like, though, for girls, like, then I get into this whole thing, like, I don't want a relationship because I just moved out here.
You want to be wild.
No.
Oh.
I don't want to be wild.
You're
going to literally get me in trouble.
You get yourself in trouble.
I'm like talking.
I know, you don't need my help
no,
with that.
it's not that I just want to like go on like multiple dates and like be like the Bachelor of LA. Like I'll pass on that role. Like I don't want to be that. Okay. I think it's just I haven't found the right character because I'm so invested in my peace and my space at home. Like because I don't have roommates. Yeah. So, like, it's just me and my dog. So I'm like, okay, I like this space. Like, do I really want a guy that may not even be, like, for sure to come, like, interrupt this?
I get it. Yeah, you're also overthinking it.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not.
You know why?
Girls, let us know in the comments,
You know why
please.
I say it? Because that's how I be thinking, and I be overthinking it. Because, like, when I be thinking about a relationship, too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm one of those, like, once I'm committed, I'm committed. Like, I don't do casual, like, I don't just jump into, like, let's be exclusive.
Yeah.
I date, I'm single, I date, you know what I'm saying? But, like, being like, yo, you want to be my girl? Like, that's not it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just different. So, I don't know. I be overthinking it. I be overthinking it. Sometimes we need to just jump in and just see.
But then I think it's good to have standards. Because... I'm one, like, I've done, like, don't get me wrong, like, I've done the whole thing, like, oh, been single and, like, dated around, like, different guys, like, gone on dates and, like, hung out with them. But for me personally, it was like, man, this is just a waste of time. Like, I just gave this fool, like, 3 months of my time, and he ended up doing X, Y, and Z, and now we're not even talking. So I think that's probably just, like, trauma. Triggered.
Yeah, just triggered, right? Like, that, it does kind of hurt a little bit when you feel like you kind of wasted a little bit of time.
But then that's part of being in your 20s.
But then you find out what you like and what you don't like.
Agreed.
Right?
I just talked to my shout out Tala. I think I just talked to Tala and even my friends Tiana and Noe because God bless Tiana and Noe, they've been with their boyfriend since high school. So like those are their high school sweethearts. And I'm like the single friend. Like all my friends are in relationships.
They're all booed up.
They are all booed up.
Damn, so you don't have no single friends to be ratchet with.
No, that's why I think I'm still so wholesome. I'm just like hanging out by myself.
You can hang out with Esley and I. We're single. We're not ratchet though.
You're not ratchet?
Yeah, no, but we're fun. I don't know. You could get introduced to, you know what? I was gonna say we could introduce you to some new people. You know a lot of people that we know. Yeah,
because I feel like the internet's so small. So like Instagram, like everyone kind of like knows each other.
Instagram. Right? We just know everyone.
Yeah, that sounds so cheesy.
I know. I apologize. Because you're an influencer.
I am not. I don't want to be an influencer.
I know. You're like me. People say he says I'm an influencer.
You're more of an influencer than me.
What the?
Because I still work. Because I work a job. I work a 9 to 5. Yes.
Okay. So what do I influence?
You influence because you do the motivational speaking, so that's a good influence. I did the hands.
You did the hand thing.
But yeah.
Oh man, no, I'm not no influencer. Oh. I cannot be paid to do no promo code shit. Like I get reached out to about that. I'm like, nah, that ain't me. Like, nah.
Yeah.
I'd rather not.
So we need to make a new name for it, maybe. Not influencers.
Like what we do?
Yeah.
I say I'm just an influential person. It's a difference. I think it's more of like a like I have a certain view, a certain community that I'm trying to build. So I just try to be like influential in that sense and like stand for like just stand behind what I stand behind. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it like real and not let a dollar sway me into being like, oh, you know what? I don't really fuck with this. Percentage. Yeah, because I've had like companies reach out to me to like, hey, can you sponsor this? Can you do this? I'm like, I don't fuck with that.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like that's a cool check right there. But like what am I representing right now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when it came to that show, I spoke to you about being on a show.
Yeah.
After some thinking, I'm like, I don't know if I want to be on this show. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It's like, yeah.
It wasn't your thing. It makes
Imagine
sense.
me on TV. Nah.
I can't.
No. Bachelor?
That would be hilarious. We should make like a YouTube version of The Bachelor.
No.
No.
Let's not.
I would love to see you like interact with different types of like personalities. Not women, but like personalities in general.
Really?
Yeah. That'd be interesting. Just like I would love to see, I've seen myself, because I don't have a type. Like,
You don't have a type. I was going to ask you what's your type.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you don't have a type? Like,
no,
like physically?
Physically, no.
Okay. I'm kind of the same way. Like, I'm just attracted to, we're both pretty vain people.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're like, we're attracted to beauty in different aspects.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, if you're handsome, like Robert Downey Jr. for the second time today.
Yeah, you like darker features.
Yeah.
You're not like a...
No, do I?
So you like blonde hair,
No,
blue-eyed motherfuckers?
Yes.
Yes?
Have you ever seen Liam Hemsworth?
I mean, yeah, he's a dime.
He's a dime.
Yo,
like, that's another beautiful man. So, yeah, I don't have a type. Like, I've dated, like, Filipino, Middle Eastern. I've dated, like, light-skinned boys, dark-skinned boys, white boys. Like...
White boys.
Yeah.
Cool.
But, like, not, like, dated. Like, for a long time. It was mainly just literally just going out on dates and, like, oh, this worked, oh, it didn't work. Like, I don't think when you go out with someone that you have to, like, hook up with them. Like, I feel like that's another common thing. Like, people are like, oh, like, you went on dates? Like, you hooked up with everyone? I'm like, no, I just went out to have food.
Yeah.
I can't just talk to someone. And that wasn't it. So we, like, parted ways. And that was it.
There's been, actually made a lot of good friends, a lot of good girlfriends from just, like, going on a date and then chatting it up. And we're like, well, at least for me, I don't know about them, but I'm like, you know, like, we're just better off as friends. And it's not like even like a friend zone thing. It's just like I never even pursued it. Like, I'm going to keep going and keep going. I'm just like, nah, I'd rather just be friends. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you just kind of understand.
I wish we could normalize that more.
People be horny. I don't know. Like, I don't know how you
I think that's true.
You know
that is true. It's just like, and then I think that's what holds like some girls back from even more going out and seeing guys on dates. Because you don't want the guy to expect something from you.
Yeah.
Because, like, be honest, when you go on a date with the girl and you're going out to dinner, do you expect to go back to her house after? Or are you just like, oh, good. So that's
Absolutely
good.
not. I don't expect it. But, like...
If it happens.
But, like, I know who I am and I'm smooth. So, like,
Jeez
maybe... I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Another warning.
Oh, my God. No, I'm kidding. I don't expect it at all. It's more so just, like, a vibe. Like, I've gone on dates... And, like, I've done the dinner, and then I'm, like, at dinner, I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Like, this ain't it.
Yeah.
You know
no, that happens. But I think just, like, being able to normalize, like, meeting people and, like, saying, like, oh, this was a really cool part of him, and this wasn't a not so cool part that I couldn't see myself. And I'm very, like, a long-term thinker. Like, I don't do short-term.
Do you play chess?
No, I do,
Checkers?
Checkers, yes, I used to do checkers.
Do chess. That's a long-term thing.
Not checkers, this chess.
You and I need to play chess. I want to teach you how to play chess.
Okay,
chess
Queen's
is a good
Gambit?
game. Yeah, it's a great show. That was a great show.
It was a great show.
Yeah, chess is a good game, especially if you're like you probably adapt to it quickly.
Yeah.
Because you're like 45 and like a 22-year-old's body.
I have a very old soul. Dude, at nighttime, like even my dog, like I like play like Otis Redding, like radio station.
Of course.
And that's just what we're playing. I'm drinking red wine, watching Netflix. Like that is literally, and I'm not even just saying this, like 90% of my week.
What?
Netflix, watch like, and just like drink wine and listen to old music.
You're super introvert, just chilling on.
But isn't that interesting?
But you're also an extrovert. Like,
so what's the middle?
I don't know.
I know. Curious.
You guys can't see, but she just crossed her arms in such a silly way. The middle, I don't know.
I saw a TikTok about it, but I forgot to save it.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of the same way. Like, I'm one of those motherfuckers that's like, I can be in front of people and speak and everything like that, but like if I'm not feeling it, if I'm just feeling like just want to do me, I'd rather just kick it. Like Friday? What's today? Saturday?
Today's Saturday.
Yeah.
Ooh, you scared me for a second. Like, wait.
Yeah. So like on Fridays, like I'll just be like, I just want to chill. Some people be like, I want to go out and everything.
Which is fun too. I'm going out tomorrow night for like the first time.
Yeah.
In like 2 weeks.
Yeah, but you be staying home a lot. I be seeing your stories and you're just like self-care night, basks and everything like that. And it's like, that's cool. Like you enjoy your own company.
I do.
You love yourself. You keep your shoes clean.
I do keep my shoes clean. Wearing the Union.
Her shoes are clean.
Yep.
What you wearing?
My Unions. Got the guavas on.
Damn. She got
I had to pull out the heat for the show.
Oh, that's right. We're going to get a camera shot of the kicks.
Cool. Yeah. I know, right? I would lift up my leg, but that's not ladylike, so I can't. My mom would be like, why are you lifting your legs?
Just fucking.
Yeah, I know, right?
Silly.
But yeah, so I think it just all comes into... Because I also, in the Filipino community, and I feel like I'm interested in, like, when we get responses, but, like, other people who are in, like... the Filipino community, or the church community, there's like this pressure to get married. Like
there is, huh?
There is.
Yeah, for
there
both.
is. And I'm not saying like I'm the most perfect person and everyone should follow my lead. I do not think that at all. But there is a pressure like you should just get married at 22 because that's what's because that's what's successful. Like when I'm already not going to school gave people a heart attack. Like they're like, how are you letting your daughter, to my parents, like, how are you letting Michaela, like, not go to college right now? And they're like, well, she's her own person. She's gonna have to figure it out herself.
You're a rebel.
Yes, very.
Right.
I've been the black sheep of like my church for a very long, like my old church.
Would you get in trouble a lot?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
what
bad.
kind of kid were you in high school? Like what kind of like?
So opposite of this.
Tell me, high school Michaela.
High school Michaela.
Like break it down for me.
Oh my gosh, very extremely conceited and selfish.
Were you?
I was.
You were that cheerleader?
I was that cheerleader, and I'm so sorry to everyone that encountered it.
We love accountability.
Yeah, I'm being honest. I was a bitch. I'm just gonna say it. Like I was super bad. I was not close to my parents at all.
Were you pretty?
Come on.
Damn. Well, I don't know, cause like in high school, like I wasn't like I mean,
I'm
like I
better
wasn't.
now. I think I look better now. Than I did in high
Okay,
school.
yeah, like
But no, I was still cute in high school.
So you're still pretty privileged in high school.
Yeah,
Okay.
unfortunately, I then needed. So I had gotten braces.
I said, were you pretty? You were like,
Yeah, that's like an insult. Like,
oh my god.
no, I'm kidding. I didn't have braces. I wasn't a cute kid though. Like from like when I was 8 to like 14, like it was rough. I think that's rough for everyone though.
I mean, like name a fucking 10-year-old.
That's like my sister Ava,
Really?
gorgeous. Yeah, she like gets her eyebrows threaded. She has like freckles and like.
Yo, kids like that are like that's how it is nowadays.
Yeah,
huh?
but like she's natural. Like, she doesn't wear makeup. She's just a naturally gorgeous girl.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, geez, Ava, like I would have loved to be you if I was your
Nah,
age.
look at you. Nah, you wouldn't. Nah, no.
But no, I used to have like a unibrow and like really crooked teeth as a kid.
I'm like looking at your teeth.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like
they look
straight
great.
teeth.
They
I
look
know.
great now.
Shout out to my parents' money. They
There you go.
definitely gave me that.
Oh, that's right.
But yeah, so no, in high school, very selfish. Hated any type of role from a teacher, from a parent, from a coach.
Rebel.
And I didn't really have like a set friend group. I just bounced around because I hung out with like the Asian group, then I hung out with the cheerleaders, and I like had like my other like random friends I just knew growing up that went to the same high school as me. So I didn't really have like necessarily like something like tie me down, and I should have, because I was doing really bad things, skipping class and just going
really
out.
Bad things.
Yeah, I don't
Did you
want
get
to say it on
arrested?
camera.
Did you ever get arrested?
No, but I got a ticket because I snuck. Okay, so I told my parents this already. I used to, as all girls do, you like say you're going to sleep over your friend's house, and you say the friend's house who like the parent doesn't care what you do.
Yeah.
You always sleep over that house.
Yeah.
This is such bad. Like, don't do this, kids.
Oh man, you were such a good role model.
Yeah. So I used to always go to my friend's house. I'm not even gonna say her name because I don't want to embarrass her. And we would just like sneak out. It's just the easiest house to sneak out of. You can do whatever you want. So I had a 2001 red Mustang. As a junior in high
that's
school.
right.
So yeah, that just boosted my ego even more, which is even worse.
You just pulled into the parking lot.
Yeah.
Red Mustang.
So I went to this party. We like snuck out to this party. I had like 6 people in this like 4-seater car. I'm already driving illegally. I don't have my license. This is my permit.
So that's why you got it.
Yeah,
That's why you got
it was like
yeah,
popping. Yeah. And then I had like parked outside of a party, and the cops came and they were like, "Is this your car?" And I had parked in like half a driveway, half a street. So I was away from the curb.
Yeah.
So now I'm so like eager when it comes to like parking by the curb.
Well,
Like,
good luck in LA.
I know. So far I'm doing good, which is good.
Wait until next week. You got like 4 tickets and shit. Your car's towed.
Jeez,
that's
don't
the
wish that on
worst.
me.
That's
I
the
would not
worst.
would.
No, everybody gotta get their car towed in LA.
Oh hell no, not everybody.
It builds character. Trust
character.
me, it builds character. I have a really crazy tow truck story, but I don't want to get into
Wait,
that.
so then who are you in high school?
You know what? You and I are very similar in
Okay.
high school. Like I was, but I was the one that I got suspended.
Yeah.
I got arrested. Like I was doing. You were like, I was doing bad stuff. Like I was doing bad stuff. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I was doing illegal stuff.
Yeah.
But very much so like rebel against the rules. But it wasn't like just to rebel. It was like something that
I just don't care.
Something I never liked was bullies, because I got
Yeah.
bullied, and like in middle school I was smaller and I was a fighter. Like
Yeah.
I'd fight and I'd get my ass kicked.
Yeah.
And then I grew in high school, and I'd like fight back even more. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, I hated some of the jocks, like football jocks and shit.
Really?
Yeah, because they were
That's
just
so
such
funny.
pompous, pretentious assholes that like were
Yeah.
just so like.
Yeah,
just
those
like
who
a
peaked in
rich-
high school aren't doing too well now, so it's
yeah,
fine.
like and they would just say like certain things, and I was in the wrestling team, so then I like learned how to wrestle, and I was like,
nice.
oh, I'm gonna fuck you guys up now,
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So all that stuff, but I would stand up to bullies, so I'd see other people get bullied. Like I remember I saw this one kid getting like a older kid bullying this little kid, and like I looked and I was like, I was that little kid once, and I just went up to the big kid, from the back, grabbed his backpack, and I'd shove him on the ground.
Oh, nice.
And like, yeah, oh, nice.
Good for you.
Violence.
Yeah, community work.
And I got, yeah, and I got suspended for that. But
well, that breaks my heart, though. I hate bullies. Like, I hate
I
bullying
like
in general.
And then like other kind of bullies that like don't really get talked about is like teachers. There'd be teachers that were bullies. Like
I had a teacher call me No Bueno. Because my last name's Ebuen.
Yeah.
And he hated me, so it'd be No Bueno. So he would never say Michaela. He would just, it was my chemistry teacher.
Clever.
Mr. Ortiz. I don't even care if I say that. I'll say that name automatically.
Hey, yo, fuck you, Mr. Ortiz. You little bitch.
Yeah. He was so rude. Like, it was just the worst. And like, I remember like one time I had actually studied for the test. Because another thing is I would just skip school and like just do whatever on the test, like not even care.
Yeah.
But this one I cared about because I was like, I have to graduate. Like, but I had good grades.
Yeah.
I was a
you seem like a good grade
I was a student athlete. Like I got that junior and senior year, so I was good. Yeah. But anyways, totally going off track. No, I had studied for this test, and then in the morning he like asked like a prep question, and I was the only one that raised my hand, and I'll never forget this. And he was like, "Oh, Michaela, put your hand down." Like he actually said my name. He's like, "Michaela, put your hand down." He's like, "You don't know the answer to it." Damn. And I like put my hand down and I just like yelped the answer. Like I just yelled it across the thing, and then he like turned around. He's like, "Oh yeah, like." That's what it is. Like,
what a douche.
He just like totally didn't even comprehend. But yeah, I think it is toxic. Like but I do love that like people our age, like in their 20s, are becoming teachers and educators. Like that's so cool to me. Yeah. And it's just being able to have those people like have a positive stance in these kids' lives, especially like after the pandemic. And shout out to all the educators now though that are doing Zooms and
I saw some videos
hard.
of people that are just like putting on a show and everything. Like that is hard.
It is hard. Yeah.
And it's necessary too. Like being a teacher, that's like. You have a huge responsibility, and I think like a lot of people who do go into that field have really great intentions when they start. Yeah. But damn, it probably it's like hard. Life's hard. Yeah. So like life's gonna hit you. That'd be really cool if we could find out a way to like make the lives of them a little bit easier. Yeah. Because like they are responsible for a lot of the thinking and values and principles and just. The future, like really, like the children are the future. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's like we say that like as a joke and cliche, but it's like that's for real. And I mentioned this on my the last podcast that I did, and one of my goals is like I want to make a school. Like I want to experiment with creating like a school, and I want to do stuff where it's like you know, it'd be really lit. Like you know those like huge estates like down south that have like 100 rooms type stuff? Yeah,
like a private school.
Yeah, and like it would be really cool to like get one of those estates and just turn it into like first it's an experiment, like a closed experiment of a school. And then you have like, because you have a swimming pool, you have so much land, right? So it's like there's swimming instructions here, there's piano over here, there's jiu-jitsu over here, there's painting, there's all these activities that stimulate the mind, right? And obviously like the basic like fundamentals, like learning math and learning the sciences and learning your history. But there's so many different types of history, right? Depending on your background and your gender. Yeah. There should be more specific courses depending on how, not just like the background of a kid, but also how they perceive information. So you know how some people are auditory, some people are kinesthetic, some people are visual. Yeah. So we need to like develop a deeper detailed
that like aligns with like the way that they learn.
Yeah, you know what, you're gonna be over there, you know what I'm saying? And then like I think it would be so cool to have it all on one site where like, yo, you like the violin, you're interested in the violin, go do the violin. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? And it's like, but everything you try, you gotta at least give it like 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, because kids are also like kids.
Yeah, so you can't structure. We're not gonna teach like giving up when shit gets hard, because anything you learn, everything sucks when you don't know how to do it, but everything's fun when you know how to do it. Like snowboarding for me, I don't know how to do it. I went snowboarding and I had fun until I fucking fell and like almost broke my wrist, and I was like, this ain't fun.
I feel like everyone hurts themselves snowboarding.
100%. I mean, like, it's an element, you know what I'm saying? Mother Nature's gonna be like, yo, fuck you. But anyways, but like my buddies who like can snowboard, they're like, no, come on, it's fun. I'm like, yeah, you know how to snowboard, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, like come into my world. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. All I'm saying is school. It'd be cool. Like, it's just one of my dreams, like to do that.
No, I had some good teachers as well. Like very influential influential teachers that have helped me.
They changed your life.
And changed my life.
Yeah.
And just like some teachers that were also like didn't let things slide and were just like, Michaela, like you're better than that. And I was like, and I still think about that. So
that's cool.
Shout out to that.
Yeah, shout out to them, yo. Like, cause they make an impression on us.
Yeah.
And then like the opposite too. It's like the ones that were making negative impressions. So like that's where it all started. This conversation. Like some teachers, when I was growing up, I'd see them be bullies.
Yeah.
I'd see them be like treating kids unfairly and like talking to people. And I was the one that would literally be like when I was in middle school, I wouldn't speak like this, but I'll just give you a high school example. Like I remember this one dude, Mr. Wright, he actually got arrested for some really bad shit. Like for like.
Sorry,
like,
Mr. Wright?
No, Mr.
Wrong?
Mr. Wrong.
That's my dad joke.
Oh man, no, this motherfucker was doing like some like weirdo like sexual shit, like showing pictures of himself, like it was like that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I knew there was something off with this motherfucker, but like he did something kind of like similar to what you brought up, like shot a girl down, and basically made her feel dumb, where she got up and started crying and like left. Yeah. And that was a friend of mine, and I just like got up in the middle of class, like, you a bitch. And I walked out and I went after her. I was like, "Oh, you good?" Like, and she just went to the office and told him, and I was like, "Yeah, that's what happened." You know what I'm saying? But I got suspended for that. Because I got up and I spoke back to a teacher and I said, "You a bitch." Like, "Oh, you guys get suspended for 2 days." Yeah. I'm like, "Yeah, bet your system's fucked up." So once I started seeing that, and that's with anything in life. Like I believe in justice a lot, fairness and shit like that. Like anytime I started seeing like holes in that, I'm like, fuck this thing. I need to like switch it up, and the revolutionary comes into me. I put my black Air Force Ones on. I'm just like, what's up? Gosh.
Inserts that tweet thing. Don't talk to these men with black Air Forces.
No, I got my F1s.
You that are black?
Yeah.
That is bold.
Yeah. What do you think I put on when I went to the marches? You know what I'm saying? I come in peace, but I'm ready for war. You know what I'm saying? It's a mentality. Jeez Louise.
Jeez Louise is like my.
Hey, I want to ask you, what's like some red flags in men that you see
we switched it.
For you, I don't know. I just want to know. Yeah, red flags for you.
Red flag number 1.
Okay.
He is super dependent on his mom. There's boundaries to it. Like,
what's dependent? Like, what does that mean? Like
you can't do anything unless you run it by your mom, and you're like over the age of 18.
Oh, that's weird.
And you're like still, it's just not good. It's not a good look. It's not a good look for a man. Yeah. It's not for a man. Yeah. And it's different.
Men.
Yeah, I like men. But no, and it's different because I feel like there's a difference between like a boy that loves his mom and a boy that just depends on his mom.
Well, you want them to love their mom.
You want them to love their mom, but you don't want them to depend on them. Like when you guys get married or you date, you feel like he's dating both of you guys. So that'd probably be the first one. I don't run into that many times, but that's like always something my dad always been like, you don't need a guy that is controlled by someone higher than him.
Gotcha.
So
okay, that's one.
So someone who's like very confident. Second red flag would be, I would have to say, like insecurity and anger issues. So like I'm one that I am obviously doing a lot of things like with the community and doing things like podcasts with you or like meeting with like friends or doing photo shoots and stuff like that. And I don't even think I'm like hot shit. I just do it for fun because I enjoy it and like I want to support my creative friends.
Absolutely.
And they're just like, oh, that's cool. Yeah. Or, like, oh, nice. How about you like hit me up when you're done with that? Like,
yeah, they're not supportive.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And like they're like being passive aggressive, and it's like, okay.
It's the worst.
It's the worst. Yeah. And it's like this isn't even like my like income. So like, why are you tripping? Like this is for fun. Like I support you and like whatever you want to do with your bros on YouTube. But
it's
like
the insecurity thing.
Yeah, it isn't. So it's insecurity, and I think the third one would be like the way he holds himself in groups. I love seeing a guy and how he acts in groups. So like
what's a good green flag?
A good green flag is like very like easy to approach. Yeah. Like he's approachable, but like he's also like confident in himself that he doesn't need to like constantly be the center of attention.
Like the validation.
And that's for anyone. Like you don't want a girl that has to like put herself out there 24/7.
Silent confidence.
Silent confidence. Yeah. But then still like being able to hold conversation. I don't think that's too much to ask. It just comes with like the natural maturity that a man has.
Yeah, and be able to contribute. Yeah. Okay, and then what's the red flag in the group?
The red flag in the group is like either he's like not talking to anyone and just like being a douchebag, like thinks he's too much, or he's just like just too much in the group, and you're just like, geez, you're embarrassing me.
Oh, hey, that's the worst, huh? If you ever bring someone, and
you're like embarrassed, like, oh, You're not coming back to the group.
Exactly.
So yeah, those are just like red flags. What about you? You can tell me any red flags for girls, because this is normal. Women or women, whatever.
I mean, yeah, it's always women.
Okay, good. There you go. That was a test.
Mentally, it's always women. Esley knows this when it comes to me and any kind of women. It's like clinginess. That's a red flag for me. I'm like, I don't know. It's like if I start dating someone, or if I'm like interested in someone and everything, and then like they're being really clingy, it's like it tells me like they're insecure.
Yeah.
Like they either one, they don't have a lot going for them, that they always need my attention, they need to seek validation, and you know what? Some people are like that, and guess what?
And some people are made to fulfill that, but I think people like us will clarify. But that's not the best for us.
Sure, I just think you need to go to therapy for that. 'Cause it's like that's an issue. That's an issue you need to work on. You know what I'm saying? It's like we all got issues that we need to work on. Yeah, we do. Right? You know what I'm saying? So when I come across that kind of girl, no matter how beautiful or this, that, and this, I'm like, yo, if you clingy, red flag, I'm out. I'm gonna just withdraw. Number 2, laziness.
Oh yeah.
That's a red flag for me.
That's for guys. That's for a person, human beings, or friends. Yeah. You don't want lazy friends either, because the 4 people you surround yourself with, you're the 5th member.
Yeah. 100%.
So if you're with 4 lazy people, what do you think? You're the 5th? Oh, you're on the successful one? Yeah, that sounded good.
Yeah, exactly.
What does Jay-Z say? We don't take advice from those less successful than us.
There you go. You quote Jay-Z. That's
I love Jay-Z.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, laziness. Like for me, that's a red flag. And 3. That's a good one. I was gonna say gossip, but like there's like levels to gossip. Like, you know, a little cheese man here and there.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, it's just fun. Like I don't know.
Constant dragging.
Negativity. Like if they just constant, like they have to find something negative, or they're constantly like chatting like about people and all that. It's like, yo, like just let's talk about some bigger shit. Let's talk about something bigger than us. Like where do you want to go? Like what's on your mind? Like you know what I'm saying? Like you always gotta find something wrong with yourself. So I can't be around a negative girl. That's a red flag.
And I think it comes also to like, I care so much about other people as well that I'm like, I know I'm not ready for a relationship. So like I don't even want to invest or like continue seeing this person, even if I do have interest. But I'm like, I'm not ready. But that took a second too to learn, because like in previous years, like it's been like, oh, like I'm just making myself ready for this person. And I feel like because we see so many, like Instagram is like in our face, so we see women that are gorgeous with their husbands and they have babies and they get married, then they have babies. Whoops, sorry, mom. And anyways, and it's just like, oh, I want that life, like I want that family lifestyle. So sometimes you run into settling. And that's scary.
That's the worst.
It's scary
like
to settle.
You can tell when someone's like, when they've settled with like their partner.
You can.
Yeah, you can
And you're
tell.
just like, oh, you're such an amazing human being. Yeah. But then then I think like if you're happy and that person makes you happy, then like who am I to judge? Absolutely. But for me personally,
that's cool.
I know.
I love that shit.
Right.
I love seeing love.
Yes.
Like love. Like I'm like, damn, that's dope.
Valentine's Day was on crack this year, but like I was like here for it. I was like, whatever.
Have you ever been in love?
Have I ever been in love? I have.
Yeah, you can say that?
Yeah.
I've been in love.
With myself. No, just kidding. I'm kidding. I had to throw that out.
I've been in love. Shit's fun. Yo, it's fun as hell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you've been it, you've touched it, you felt it, you're like, all right, I know what it's like, what it can be. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a great feeling. And when I see people in love, it's like dope.
Yeah, I think the only reason why I know, because I'm gonna ask you. Well, I'll ask you first actually. How did you know you were in love?
That's a hard question to answer.
Yes.
How did I know I was in love? When I didn't want attention from anybody else, like any other girl than her. You know what I'm saying? Like I just didn't care. You know. Dropped all my hoes.
It's okay. You've grown for a Bill's character.
Yeah, it builds characters. But
LA tickets and LA girls built your character.
Oh no, it's hard to date in LA.
Yeah.
That relationship was from my hometown. That was like pre LA and everything.
Good. That was mine. Hometown.
Yeah, you know. But dating in LA is funny. I don't know.
I haven't started and I don't really want to start. I'm like, I don't want to do this.
I don't want to start.
Yeah, but I think I knew I was in love because same thing. You just don't it's almost, but then that's where it becomes kind of like unhealthy, is like the affirmation of them you care about. And like then you like kind of start feeding yourself that. But I only knew I was in love because I could like be silent with the person. And I just felt like I was like all guards down, like
it's the best.
Could do whatever I want.
It's the best.
It was just like the funniest. It was a fun relationship for sure, but we were also super young. And we both want different things in our life, and I think that's totally okay to say. And it's like,
yeah, because you're young.
Yeah, you're young.
Of course.
Yes, and if you love something, you really do have to let it go.
Oh, it's so true.
And it's so hard.
You don't understand it until you're in it. Like,
That's a fact.
If you really love something, you gotta let it go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And maybe I will experience that another time. But right now, it was like, I have to let this go. Like, no matter how much comfort this brings me, no matter how much I love the person, and it's a fun time, the feelings, and like the laughs, and like, also it's like, man, getting to know people is a lot of work.
Yeah.
And it's like, this person knows every worst and best part about me, so it's fine, it's easy.
Yeah.
But like, sometimes easy isn't always the best choice.
Boom.
Wow.
Boom shakalaka. If you can describe being in love in one word, what would it be?
That's a funny question. I think I would say eventful.
Eventful. Interesting.
That's being in love. Eventful.
Eventful.
What about you?
Connection.
That's a good one too.
Connection. Passion.
Yeah, that's 2 words.
Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna go.
He's like, I'm just shooting it.
I don't follow the rules, even my own.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I got a totally different question. I'm always interested in asking people this.
Oh boy.
Okay. No, it's a good one. What would you title this chapter of your life?
Transition.
It's good. Peel it back. Why transition? Just because of the movie?
Movie. There's a movie called
Movie.
Oh, I was like, there's a movie called Transition. I need to watch that. I know, but no, not only because of the move, but transitioning out of depending on my family, like, and being with them constantly, like the not even depending like financially. It was just depending, like, I just love having them around and like talking to someone and being with my sisters, like dependence of like comfort of just having people around me.
And now you're by yourself.
Now I'm by myself. Because I don't even have roommates. Like, so it's like me and Hunter, I'm just telling her about my life and day at work.
Do you like that?
Do you
like being by yourself now?
It's bittersweet. It's transition also into being independent and becoming like the woman I want to see myself be, and transitioning into a new job. Transition into just like a new chapter in a new city. Like it's it's fun. Like it's eventful. Like maybe I'm falling in love with myself. Whoa! We just circled that back. Wow.
Did the thing with the thing and then you just made it that. Oh, look at you. Damn, that's crazy. That's cool. Okay, so transition or transitioning.
Just transition.
It's cool. It's clean. It's aesthetic.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, what about you? What's this chapter of your life?
I have 2 that come to mind, but this is a new chapter.
Again,
this is a new chapter. What would I call this chapter? I'd call this chapter when preparation meets opportunity.
Wow.
That's what I was talking about.
Have you been thinking about this?
Yeah, no, it just hit me right now. Because I was like, what? No, because I feel like a lot of the things I've been preparing for, especially in the last like 3 months, there's been opportunities in the last week that have just popped up. And it's
nice.
It's kind of like God saying like, all right, son, like you're in the game now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you've been practicing your jump shot.
Yeah.
Now you're in the game. Yeah, he's like, yo, tag me in, coach. And I just feel like I just got some of these opportunities. And like they little inklings, like when it comes to my life, it's so funny. Like there's been so many moments that this is how I literally view it, that like God kind of like brings me to a door and like opens up a door for me. Yeah. And like just cracks it open and I kind of peek inside and I see all this glory, all this beauty, all this success. And then like he closes it and he just looks at me. He's like, all right, go find the key. So like he gives me that peek and that taste into like what is to come. But like I gotta go put in the work and like go get that key and open that door myself. But he'll guide me and he'll help me. You know what I'm saying? And it's all a journey. Yeah. And like I just feel right now like a lot of that preparation of finding the key and everything is like, yo, I'm getting that opportunity to like flex it and I'm in the game.
It's interesting you say like that, like metaphor about like walking up to the door. I had a mentor, her name's Arthur, I'll call her like my God-given grandma because like she's like my grandma, but like we're not like blood related. Yeah. And she's like been with me since I graduated high school. But there was a time in my life, like a year and a half ago, where she was like, Michaela, like God's opening up these doors for you and you're stopping at like the doorway. And I think that just turned into, I'm having opportunities, but because I'm so hard on myself and so scared of like what other people are going to think, I just stop. And I will never ever know what's at the other side of the door.
Why do we do that?
Right?
Why do we do that?
We do that because, one, we want to be able to accomplish it to the best of our ability. Yeah. And I've had to learn that I'm going to fail many, many times.
100%.
But like the outcome of that failure is so beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
And I think that's what my like whole like past like year and a half has been like leading up to this moment of like moving and starting on my own and just like being a new person. It's like all those failures kind of led to this. And
do you have a favorite failure of yours? That's a deep one. Like, it's just like, you have to really think about that one.
Yeah.
But do you have one that, I mean, anything that comes to mind right now that you're like, fuck, I failed at that. Like, that sucks.
Yeah.
And it was embarrassing. Mm-hmm. But I'm glad it happened.
Yeah, I think it would be, I failed at being a good daughter. So in high school.
Oh, in high school. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
So I failed that. That was a huge failure to my parents. Ruined relationships that could have been better. And but I'm glad it happened because looking back at it now, I know how I would never speak to my parents. I know how I want my sisters to be able to treat my parents. So I think that failure also shifted me to be like, don't ever be that selfish. Like, don't ever care that much about what other people are thinking about you, Michaela. Like, it's just that I look at high school pictures of myself and sometimes I'm like, who is she?
Wow, that's interesting.
Like really. So I'm kind of glad all that happened. And there's been other failures. Yeah. Like failure in relationships, like where I may have failed to be a better girlfriend than I was. And I failed, but then now I'm like, man, what if I married that person? Like, I would have never been living this life I am now.
Absolutely.
And like, would I trade that? And it's like, no, it's bittersweet. It's all lessons. So.
Yeah, it's all lessons. Beautiful journeys.
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed.
That's what's up. That's
Thank you.
Cool. Got any questions for me?
I do.
What's that?
Because remember how earlier we were talking about like in the next 5 weeks, we don't make 5-year plans. So like in 6 months.
Okay.
What is like the main thing you'd want to accomplish? And it doesn't even have to be about work. It can just be internally.
The main thing I want to accomplish.
In 6 months. It's a deep one.
I want to really learn how to play piano.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That was a lot of suspense building up to that, but like we're here for it.
There's a lot. I mean, sometimes I gotta.
Sometimes I gotta like drag it on.
There's a lot of other things because there's so much, Michaela. There's so much that I'm doing right now. Like it's like I could have just unloaded 20 different things.
I know. That's why I wanted to make it.
But simply, I really just want to learn how to play piano.
That's cool.
You know what I'm saying? Like I want to accomplish that. This year, I didn't really make any resolutions. No, I never really do that. I made 4 challenges for myself. 1 challenge per quarter.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first quarter that we're in right now, stock market, getting deeper into stocks, learning a lot like than just investing, parking my money somewhere and letting it ride. So I want to know how to do it actively.
Yeah.
Okay. Which I've been good at.
Good for you.
Yeah. Good. I
Respects.
love it. Next thing I want to do is I want to do more striking, boxing, Muay Thai.
Oh, nice.
For the next 3 months after that.
Yeah.
And just kind of, because I used to wrestle, I used to do some MMA too, and it's fun. I just love it. Like,
Yeah.
I love the sport. I just want to do that. And then I wanted to learn how to play piano and learn an instrument because I don't know how to play any instruments.
Me either.
And I love the piano. It's so beautiful. And then for the last one, I want to do Spanish. So I want to learn more Spanish. Like I know it, but I don't really know it. Like I know half of it, and it's like embarrassing. Like it's like, damn, bro.
It's not embarrassing.
Yeah, I'm Mexican, and I grew up in a Mexican household, and I don't know how to speak it. Like that's embarrassing.
Okay.
You're like, don't be so hard on yourself.
I know, don't be so hard on yourself. Because like I don't know any other
hold me accountable, Michaela. No, but like
I need you to be Spanish tomorrow.
Exactly right. Más o menos. So I don't know. I just created these things this year because they also like bring other like things to my life. So like stocks is like risk management, risk taking, financial, like all that stuff. Like these are benefits, right? Fighting is like endurance, health, technique, confidence, community. Piano activates certain parts of your brain. Like I don't know, it's just like a creative flow, release, poetry. Like I miss creating. Yeah, I'm a creator at heart. Like I'm a business guy and everything. I've been on my business shit for the last couple years, but I'm a creator at heart. Yeah. You know, I did so much art growing up. I was going to go to San Francisco, actually. I got accepted to go there for animation, graphic design, all that. And then I pivoted my last like 2-3 months in high school to do business. And I miss painting. I just miss creating.
I know. I just started. No, you're good. I just started painting recently.
I saw what you did.
I know.
I saw what you did in your house. That's dope. Yeah. I think we need one in here.
I know. I would be down. Yeah. I painted a lot. I like to draw and like make stories when I was a little girl. And then I don't know. I don't know why I stopped because it's like meditation for me. Yeah. It just really feels good.
Yeah. It's cool to do stuff that like you don't even really have like a
plan.
Yeah.
It really is.
You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta make money from it. I gotta that's kind of like this podcast for me. Just creating for me, expressing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like making music for some people. Because like I don't make money from it. I'm not even like trying to like, when it comes, it comes. Like God's going to give me that bag. And I know it's going to come. But like, I honestly just love expressing myself to others and then like sitting down in front of someone that I just find interesting, like you, other people that I'm going to have. And it's just like, yo, let's get to know each other. Like, oh, by the way, guys. First time we're meeting in person. Yeah, exactly. We've known each other for a bit.
We've known each other for a year now.
Yeah, has it been a year?
Virtually.
Virtually, yeah.
Because it's been like almost like 1 full year since we were gonna do the podcast before COVID.
But we knew each other even before.
So probably like a year and a half.
2019.
Jeez.
Damn.
You're old. Yeah. Not me. I'm not old. But yeah, no, I think it's interesting though because you brought up like, oh, God's gonna give you X, Y, and Z, and I think for me, I've had to learn like, it's okay if God gives me this, and maybe it's okay if He doesn't. Because that's hard. Yeah. Because I can't always expect things. I mean, I can work hard for things I want, but I can't expect that it's going to fall into my lap, which circles us back to our conversation about like hard work and money doesn't come easy. The things you want don't come easy. But no, I think knowing my relationship with the Lord, it's definitely humbled me.
Yeah, that's tough.
Because I remember I was saying like I was a mess in high school, and it wasn't until like taking time to kind of self-reflect and be like, the world doesn't owe me anything. It doesn't. And like not having like this poor me mentality, instead having this like I can like conquer and do my best and win at what I can do. And I think that's what it all falls down to.
I love that.
Thanks.
Okay. We're going to wrap up soon, but I want to ask one more question.
Oh boy.
Okay. Aspiring entrepreneur, aspiring kid coming out of high school, maybe they're not going to do the college thing just like you. Could be girl, could be guy, whatever, you know what I'm saying? They're just inspired to change something in the world. Yeah. What kind of advice would you give them? What would help you?
You're not gonna get it right in your first year. You're just not. It's impossible. Yeah. But be okay with knowing you're gonna fail and look at those failures like gifts. Like I'm so thankful that I fell on my face so many times trying to start FWM. Like I would move to New York. Like I'm not saying everyone should move, but like I moved to New York thinking that was the right thing, and I fell on my face, and just having healthy accountability. So if one is accept failures and look at them as gifts, and the second is have healthy accountability. My healthy accountability was my dad, my mom, obviously. But you need people that are gonna tell you like, okay, like maybe this isn't working out. Because there was a time when I was doing FWM where my dad was like, you need to go to school because like it's just not working for you right now, and I need you to do something productive that can set you up for success after this. So always have a backup plan. Always. So what do you know? I went to school for a semester, and while I was in school, I was applying to these LinkedIn jobs saying like, oh yeah, I'm going to school. And I mean, like, it worked out for my benefit. Now you're not going to school. Now I'm not going to school, and I'm working full time and have a great job and a great, amazing company culture. And I do want to start doing FWM stuff though in LA. So anybody who does do nonprofit work, I also need to find like a couple distributors because I want to drop another merchandise album, or not album. You want to do music? I want to do music. Damn, you got the microphone in front of you. All of a sudden, you're like, rapping, right? No, I'm like tone deaf. But, so but no, so like drop like more merchandise out here and see like how I could be creative. But yeah. I can link you with some people. Amazing. I know people in that. I used to do nonprofit stuff too. I remember. I think that's how we kind of like connected like paths. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I used to do parties. I mean, Esley's helped me with it too. We throw parties, and like to get inside, you gotta bring something. It's like toy, you know. That's what I'm saying? So like, donate. Yeah, I mean, no one else did it. I mean, I don't see anyone. You guys remember Juice? You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was fun. I like that. So we could probably do something too. Yeah. And I know. I need to take you to the Red Eye Ink in Watts. It's a community center where it's dope. I need to take you there. Yeah, you'll really. I'm pretty sure once I take you there, you're gonna just like meet so many people, and you're blossom. Exactly. There's so much beauty there. Stay tuned. Yeah, they got a lot of stuff for the kids in the community. It's just cool. Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, cool. Well, guys, thank you for tuning in. Michaela, thank you for coming by. Thanks for having me. I went from like sitting up straight to now I'm like slouching. I know. The ballerina in you is like, no, of course. I told you I was going to make you relax. Come on. Okay. So, guys, if you want to follow her, I'll link all the shit where you need to see it. You already know. And thank you for being so uncommon and sharing your story. Thank you for hosting. Thank you so much. Thank you for having this show. Are we thankful? We're thankful. Are you gonna do the cut? Oh yeah. 3 and